Um, Quest 8 was pretty simple, and then Quest 9 was a bit long. Yeah. Hi, Jaden.
Hey guys.
Hello.
I'll give it like 5-10 minutes to see if anyone else comes in.
Yeah. For the later quests, was there a lot of overlap with the low sef modules, or did it start to drift away from it?
I would say it's about the same amount as before. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say they get a little bit harder though. So the creative thinking that you have to adapt to the question is a little bit harder.
How's everyone's progress?
This week, it's been pretty busy for me because of college apps, so I'm still on Quest 5. I should be able to finish it though, like today and tomorrow, and then move on to Quest 6.
That's good. Yeah, I've been focused. I've been a bit busy with doing the LP portion of Course 6. Doing some ideas around before I mashed one, but I misspelled something, so I had to fix that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on the last function of mouse. It's hard.
Which one?
The get max flow, but honestly, I haven't been working too hard on it, so it's my fault.
Machines. Sometimes we also need breaks and rests before we get back at it. How have you guys been feeling lately? Nah.
Okay, what was it?
How have you guys been feeling lately, like in terms of questing or your other classes?
I would say it's going okay. I want to like use this weekend to catch up with questing. But...
Yeah. That's good.
Nathan, do you have any idea for a post-quest project yet?
No, I don't. We could think about one after you finish. Yeah, I was thinking of getting Kevin or Max along too, because they're almost done. Or Max is done.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the class is a little bit lacking on the algorithms. Like it's much more data structures. I was maybe interested in doing like some deep algorithm analysis, but I'm not sure yet. Because like I'm not sure how much if you guys have taken discrete math yet, but there's all kinds of like proofs that you can do for whether our algorithms actually end and like obviously we know the time for specific algorithms, but like you have to be able to prove that like functions will terminate and that they'll take certain amounts of time and that they'll give you the right answer. These are all kinds of really cool things I want to try.
Mm.
That definitely sounds interesting.
What kind of algorithms would you want to focus on?
Oh God, if I know, but yeah, I have no idea. Hey, Lean.
Hello.
Hello there.
Does anyone
Hello.
know when the final deadline is? I just asked this question, but
I think it assumed like week 12 would be probably the deadline.
is it week 12? I wish Anon was here.
Did you put a Reddit post?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say week 12, but I'm sure Anand will tell us. Did you check the syllabus?
I mean, the syllabus has like, so in the like over the summer we had until 3 days before the final, and in the syllabus we have until 10 days before the final. So I don't know if it's 10 days before or 3 days before, and I just asked on the Reddit.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, how is like 6, 7, 8, 9 relative like for those of you who've like done it all, like how was your experience?
My experience would say that like they're hard, and if it is 10 days before the final, you gotta really, really speed up because like they take a lot of head bashing.
Or I'm just saying relative to each other.
Yeah.
Six, I think next prime was a bit difficult. And then 7 and 8 were okay for me. They were pretty straightforward. And then 10 is a bit hard.
You mean
I
9?
mean, yeah, 9 is a bit hard.
Okay.
Nine,
That's what I was curious about.
nine takes like 2 weeks. Like 7 and 8 were pretty fast, but 6 took a while as well. Like
I see.
Yeah.
Did it not? Did he just stop coming to all of these?
I think he came last week.
Yeah, he came
stopped
last
by.
week, and he mentioned that he wants to join one more around the final day.
pretty much if we want him to come, we have to put it on the Reddit before this session and tell him that we want him to answer our questions, then he'll come on.
Oh dang. I see.
Just feel free, like you can even like DM him on Reddit if you really want to. But like he's available at this time. He wants us to be able to discuss between ourselves.
So how's your progress been going, Eileen?
I did like I finished like 3, 4, and 5 in like 7 or 8 days. And I haven't touched it for a while, and I need to touch it again. I'm trying to figure out like how to structure my time between this and like one of my other classes.
That's understandable.
I like really wanted to do the what was it? The splay tree. I really wanted to do it recursively. Like in the tutorial and like in the module or something, it was like we're doing the iterative one because it's easier than the recursive one. And I like did the recursive one and then I realized I couldn't do it. And then I was like, what? I had to like redo it. You guys feel like the iterative one is easier for that one?
Specifically for displaying, if you have like all your references right there, a lot easier. But definitely there are some functions just so nicer recursively. But specifically for splaying, I tried implementing both, and my iterative one was just so much shorter.
Are you serious? Why iterative one was so much longer? Because I realized the rotation is like I figured out the recursive implementation within like a couple like an hour. Like you just use a stack and you rotate and you store the which way you traveled and then you just go work backwards and do the rotations and it'll work. But it was like I was so sad. I was like, why can't I do it recursively?
I mean, were you able to like you can totally submit the code recursively if it works, it works. Like
I mean,
only-
he said like in the spec it said don't do it recursively. So I just like I didn't try to mess with it. I mean, maybe if I messed with it, maybe it does work. But I
yeah,
got a little spooked. I didn't want to waste.
I don't think that's a problem. Like he honestly, I don't think Anand cares how you implement it as long as you actually
Are
learn
you
it.
freaking serious? Oh my god.
Like I mean,
Oh my god. Because if
you'll
I
see-
was
you'll see,
gonna
like, in the future-
say
yeah, in the future, there's like in Shark, like you can literally use the quick sort, like standards quick sort. He even says it, like you can use standards quick sort to pass the test, but he says, oh, actually, I would recommend implementing it yourself because we're in here to learn, right? So he doesn't at the end of the day, right? You're getting a grade from this class, but that's not what's really important.
okay, well the recursive like I'm saying like recursive implementation is still an implementation, no?
I mean, if it works, it's much slower. So, like, as long as you understand that making recursive calls bloat your stack and is much slower, then yeah, I mean, it's fine.
I didn't. Well, his spec said iterative or bust. So,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, if it helps you get on with the quest and like finish the rest, I mean, like, go ahead with the recursive one and like worst.
I mean, I'm already done. I'm already done
right?
now. So this is like irrelevant at this point. But I'm
Yeah.
just like a little annoyed because I wanted to do the recursive implementation.
I mean, there are a bunch of quests you can go and fix up later, right? So like once you do,
I mean, that's
like,
assuming that I finish everything, right?
do you like? Can you still like? Is it? Are you able in this class to not finish everything and still pass?
I don't know. I haven't like done the math. I'm just like I'm like annoyed. There's like some issue with like my other class and there's like some drama there and like I'm a little bit annoyed, but it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll help you luck.
Like I feel like it's just like a working full time is like destroying like it's just like competing for my time. I miss being a full-time student. Wait, okay. So does someone want to like tell me about their emotional experience doing the hash table? I've done hash tables before. I just want to I just want to hear like your story.
Hash tables were pretty straightforward for me. Yeah. It's just one function. The next prime was a bit difficult for me.
I see. How was everyone else's journey on for that one? I'm just curious.
Hash table, it's been an interesting one. When I first got into the quest, it was just each of the steps were like such a bit of a mouthful, and it took me kind of like breaking apart like each one to its like a simplistic form as you see what I do in the Reddit, that it allows me to make sense of it and just like come up with a few ideas of what I can build for the quest.
Which one did you which one do you think it was like most similar to out of the past few quests?
Hash table?
Mm-hmm.
I
Like your
see.
experience personally, not like technically, like your emotional experience.
Well, I guess it works with a bit of technicality. It kind of like reminds me of lazy BST, as I pointed also out in the Reddit post, like how you have these tags of active and delete to work with, and so again, there was a bit pinch of familiarity that allowed a much more smoother learning experience.
I see. That's cool. Which one are you on right now?
Hash tables,
Still, still
yeah.
trying to pop it.
It's been my main focus that's been eating up is LP.
I see.
I mean, if you want to just talk about the algorithm in general, like if there's something you don't understand, feel free to ask.
Yeah, I think I got a good handle of it so far. But and it says that and I mentioned in the quest that if we have a good idea of how LP works in QP, wouldn't be as much of a problem. Unless you people had different experience with that. How was your experience with QP?
As Nathan already said, like the next prime function is the hardest part of QP, but otherwise it's literally the same.
Is next prime needed to pub?
Yes.
So the idea behind quadratic probing is that it's not like, so this is for collision resolution, right? So if you collide both elements, instead of linearly probing and then you have giant heaps of elements right next to each other after a collision, you quadratically probe, meaning you probe really, really far away from the point that you collided, by probing by different prime numbers. And then that's how you do it. So
is it
No, you
like
would probe by like each quadratic, like
sorry,
go
sorry,
like
you
one.
by quadratics, yeah,
Yeah. And then you would use the next prime to resize
to
the
resize the
vector.
element.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would probe by the next quadratic, and you get that in a really, really cool way. I don't want to ruin it, but like it's a pretty smart way of how you get the next quadratic.
So I was wondering. So is the idea of like this to provide a more efficient, faster way? Because the more times you skip over a few cells, the more likely you're likely to run into a vacant cell.
Yeah, so yes, but it's also it's avoiding clustering, right? The main problem, the whole reason hash tables are great is because we have O of one time access and like everything. But the second you have huge clumps, right? When you're doing collision resolution and you have a huge clump, then it becomes O of n time. If you're going to have to check between each one, you're going to have to go like n and plus 1 and plus 2 and plus 3, right? Like if you're going to check if that's open, then it suddenly becomes O of n instead. So we're trying to keep it O of 1. And the way to do that is to avoid clustering. So we're trying to put all our elements as far away from each other as possible, like in totally random locations. And then that's why we also have like I forget what it's called, but there's like the thing that's like 0.5 that like checks how full your hash table
I
is.
think load capacity or
Load
something like that.
capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which pretty much says like, oh, how many cells do you have? Well, if you have this many cells, then it stopped being O of 1. It became like O of n over 4, right? So
Mhm.
we want to make it O of 1 again. So we're going to resize the array.
Well, thank you for your insight and detailed insights. I really value them alongside with the learning experience.
Yeah.
It's
That's
much.
what I kind of miss about this class. Like the previous class that I had, we actually like got to talk about our algorithms and like why we're doing what we're doing. But this class is more of like implement the spec without thinking, which I don't know. I'm having fun with the quest, but I really wish there was more insight into why we're doing what we're doing.
What other class are you talking about that did this?
I was lucky enough to take 1C before I did the 2 series, so I took a different data structures class.
Mm. What's like what is like the Java series like at Foothill?
I mean, it's the same. It's just easier. It's more theoretical, but that depends on the teacher. So it's like whatever.
Did you like it? Which teacher did you take?
I took Beta Muslim, and I mean, she wrote all my letter of recs. Like, I really got to know the teacher well. She was super cool.
Letters of rec for undergrad?
No, for scholarships, I can't go to private colleges.
You can't what?
I can't afford private colleges for scholarships.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been like, should I do like the Java at Foothill or should I just like go through the course on Coursera? Go through like a course on Coursera. I don't know like if it's worth doing it at Foothill. Anon was like, no. But like I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, definitely not. Java sucks as a language, but
Java
uh,
sucks as a language.
there's,
Okay.
yeah, there's really no reason to do like 2 different fields. I only have to do it because I'm trying to transfer to multiple colleges, right? And I'm sure you guys all know the pain that different colleges require different series. So like some require the C++, some Java. It's bullshit, but whatever.
Well, that's good. You'll have like a strong breadth.
Is there anything else anyone else wants to discuss? Or should...
I just want to hear like about Q9, like about the feelings. I'm just curious.
Q9 was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. Let me pull up how like all the functions because there's a lot of functions to implement in Q9.
Like I just want to hear the tea. Like I just want to hear how you feel. Cause like the technical stuff, like everyone posts about it on Reddit, right? So like I want to know like how different things made you feel and like how you perceive them because that's like something that you don't really like write about in the Reddit posts.
Okay, I think Dijkstra's algorithm was pretty nice, but Maxflow, it was like a lot.
Maxflow,
Maxflow is a lot.
it is a lot.
It's a lot.
I've done it like on paper before, but like I'm sure it's a lot. That's cool. What's your favorite part, least favorite part? It's like book. This is like a book club. What's your favorite part of your story? What's the least favorite part?
I think Dijkstra's algorithm was pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's my favorite part. But then uh I don't know about my least favorite. Yeah, maybe the reverse of Dijkstra's algorithm. I think that was pretty difficult. Getting the max path instead of the shortest path.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. That's cool. I'm excited for Q9. It's like AI.
Yeah, but one cool thing is that you get to use a min heap and a max heap. So I learned how to use the priority queue and
Oh
change like the
wait. So
operator.
in Q8, I know we're doing we're doing heaps. We don't do. There's no priority queues in that one.
There is priority queues.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I mean, in 8, you're not supposed to use priority queues because then it would do all the work for you, right?
Or I'm just saying, like, do we have to implement the priority queues?
In
We're pretty
Q9 you
much
don't.
implementing we're pretty much implementing a priority queue in like Quest 8. We're doing a heap.
Yeah, but we're not implementing like. Okay. We're not extending it. We're not like doing the STLs, making into. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Q7 is pretty short then, because it's just quick sort.
Yeah,
Calling
it's
it
pretty
just
short.
quick sort is an understatement, right? It's pretty hard, but yeah.
I mean, like, if you can get partition down, you'll be fine. Yeah, after partition, it like
I know quick sort like
Yeah.
inside out because I like teach it like every day. So I'm excited for that one because I feel like that's gonna be like my little treat for myself. But I do it in Python like every day, so it'll be fun. I'll be like, I'm excited.
Yeah, you also like use the partition what you learn to like get a bunch of other stuff. It's pretty nice. I actually like about that in Mont's class. Like he makes you implement other functions with all your data structures to make you actually think about it.
That's cool. Yeah, what I like about it, like what I like about this is like I've done like I practiced it all like for technical interviews. I did this all in Python, and Python's such a lame language. Like it's such a boring language to do all this in because like everything like a queue is just like a freaking list, right? Which is also like an array at the same time. Like it's so boring. But then in like C++, there's like all of these little details, and I think it makes it more interesting.
I mean, you can use a NumPy array if you really want like fast access.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying like because Python is so high level, like there's no real like a lot of this, I feel like you lose a lot of like syntactical nuance when you like implement something in Python versus like C++. Like I feel like you lose things when you like do that. It's like linked list, right? It's like Python linked lists, like because you can't manage memory in Python, like it's kind of just like you do it for the interview, but there's no real competitive advantage or like space advantage to doing a linked list object in Python. What classes are you guys going to take next quarter? This is the last of the series. There's no more quests.
I'm thinking of discrete mathematics, finishing up calculus 1C, calculus in 1C, and I'm taking up a music club, American music.
That's cool. That's nice.
What about you?
I don't know. I don't think there's any other classes at Foothill I can take. I think I've like, except for Java, but then Yam was like, don't do that. So like, I don't know what else. Like, I feel like that's like it for Foothill. Like, I don't have anything else I can take here. Actually, maybe some math stuff. I'm not sure. Is the math pedagogy good? Like the Calc 1 through 4 stuff. Like, is it good?
Calculus, I think there's there's definitely teachers who are good
Do you feel
for
like
both asynchronous and being in person.
uh-huh.
So Sarah, for 1B, I definitely recommend Sarah Williams.
Mm. That's cool. 1C, do you know? Do you have a recommendation?
I'm going into 1C, so I'm not sure. But I've heard a lot of good things about this teacher I'm taking. So that's what made me chose him.
Nice. Wait, Young Woo, you said 6 and 7 were a bit hellish for you. Sorry, I didn't see that. Oh, I don't know if you can talk. Oh, what were you gonna say, Jaden?
Uh, yeah,
What was
that's
his name?
all that's yeah.
What's his name?
Let me see. Also, I believe Kim Woo answered your question in the chat.
Oh, you felt like 7 wasn't aligned with the specs? Really? 7 is quick sort, right? Interesting.
Oh, for 1B, I also took Williams. Dude, she doesn't teach you anything.
What?
Yeah. She's like I think the only reason like I was able to do okay in 1C was because I took like AP Calc in high school. But Sarah Williams, she didn't teach nothing. But yeah.
Well, I kind of like I kind of like at Williams because it's kind of like she does prioritize getting help with her quizzes and such. That's what I liked about the
Yeah, that is true. She does give like pretty quick feedback.
I see.
that, and yeah, she encourages tutoring help.
Wait, Arjun, where are you at? I remember you started like you were like, I don't know if I can do this, and you're still here. So where are you now?
So this week has been like hella like really busy because of like college apps. But I'm on Quest. I'm like almost done with Quest 5. So
Nice. Look at you persevering. How did
yeah,
you feel?
feels good.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, like honestly, yeah, because this class has been like way harder than other CS class. I haven't done any like data structures and algorithms, so yeah. This
Wait,
was
how'd you get into this class then if you haven't done the 2B?
oh no, I did 2B, but I think the hardest thing we did was like a linked list or something.
What? That's
Like,
like
it was
that's
something
like
like that. Yeah, it was pretty weird.
wait, how was it so which professor was it?
It was Harden.
So dang, so the bar is made way lower.
Yeah, like we did link lists like halfway through the class.
Yeah, I
Dang.
think I was in the same class as you.
We might, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
It was all
I think we
online.
were. Yeah, it was all online. Did you watch the lectures? Like,
I watched some of them. I mostly looked at the notes though. I thought the notes were pretty good.
I would always watch the lectures and the notes. Yeah. So yeah.
Were the lectures good?
I think the lectures were good. I didn't like the sci books though. The grading was so bad.
Oh yeah.
I
I don't
hated
like
it.
Zybooks either. I like kind of the notes they had in Zybooks, but the assignments and the labs and all that, those weren't good.
Dang. Well, this will prepare you for a lot of other courses. This will prepare you much better than just a linked list.
Yeah, Anon's 1A and 2A and 2B are both, yeah, they were good review.
Yeah, this is a really good course. This is more this is more stuff than CS32 at UCLA. So
Wow, that's crazy. Is CS32 like the
It's the data structure. So at UCLA, there's only 2 data structures class. There's Intro to Computer Science 1 and 2, and they're both C++. CS31 is like 2A, CS32 is like 2B plus a little bit of 2C, and then CS180 is supposed to be the advanced algorithms class. I took it with this professor that didn't know how to use Zoom. Oh my god. He was like
That must suck.
ancient. He was like 90, didn't know how to use a computer. He was like a math professor and like wrote all of his algorithms on like paper in pseudocode. So like there was like no coding in that CS class. And man, that was I feel like finally I'm getting that class experience, but like
Mhm.
here. So like I guess that's just saying 2C is better than CS 180 at UCLA with, I don't remember his name anymore. I wonder if he retired yet. Like he didn't know how to use Zoom.
I
Like
mean, if it was 90,
he was bad. It was bad. We
Like-
spent like 3 weeks on like depth first search, which is like 2 days in CS32, and then we spent like 2 weeks on like subset sum, or like what was it wasn't subset sum. It was like something else. Or like dynamic programming. It was like 1 or 2 problems. The final was like 1 problem. It was like really chaotic. But like I'm just saying this is a real like be very grateful. Be very grateful for this. Like I was working on Q3. I was working on Q3 on Bruin Walk, and like this I had my dog, so like random people come up to me and they say hi to me. And then like so one girl came and then her friend came and her friend was like, "Whoa, like which class is this? I've never seen this at UCLA." And I was like, this isn't at UCLA, this is at Foothill. He's like, "You're saying this is lower div? This is more than we've done." And I'm like, "I know, this is a pretty cool class. You should come take it." And he was like, "Eh." And then he walked away.
Yeah, that must suck. Like taking a class at UCLA and then it not being as good.
Yeah, it seriously was not. It seriously was not. So I'm like glad that like I'm able to like go back and like polish all of this, like all my like understanding, all my concepts.
And that's a lot of money just for the classes that,
Right. It's like
so much.
I paid so much money for you to draw like depth first search on like a piece of paper that's on a blurry camera because you don't know.
that's all.
Man. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. So if any, I know some of you guys are applying for transfer. So like if you guys end up at UCLA, you'll be like, I know more than you guys because I did more class. Like my prep coursework was better than y'all's. Can't speak for Berkeley though. I feel like Berkeley's lower divs are better. But they're also like Python. No, they're like everything. They have like every language.
I feel like Berkeley would give you Java or something.
Berkeley is like their CS like it's CS 62A or
Oh, yeah,
something like that.
insane. Their CS is insane.
But like I know like they have one class where they just cram like SQL, Python, C. It's like Harvard CS50. It's like they just cram like they don't go really deep, but they like touch everything a little bit. If I recall correctly. That's like their CS 62 or something, 62A BC series. But their AI class is in Python. It's taught in Lisp at UCLA, which is like, I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a functional programming language.
Wait, does anyone use Lisp? Like
AI researchers.
AI researchers use Lisp?
I think so. I think so. I think that's what I think it's primary because it's like a wire. You know how like UX design you do like wireframes for like low fidelity like MVPs.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that, I think, but for like AI algorithms. It's a very recursive language. Everything is recursive. That is a good question. Does anyone? I think it's primarily, yeah. Lisp is the most like common programming language for AI programming. Partly because AI programming is capable of learning could be written in Lisp as self-modifying programs. Huh. I mean, I'm sure that there's like a pedagogical reason why Lisp is chosen. Python is just like import scikit-learn, right?
Yeah, and matplotlib and numpy pandas. You just got like a bunch of libraries together.
Yeah. And I know it's actually taught by students over the summer. So if you take AI with them over the summer, it's taught by like third or fourth years or something.
Yeah, I met up with my friend recently. He's at Berkeley for CS. And
I'm sure he's getting murdered.
yeah, he looked like he was dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's
Especially for the
brutal.
clubs. You have to like apply for the clubs and go through like interviews and stuff.
Yeah, it's brutal. It really is.
That's insane.
Is there anything else you guys like to discuss, or would you like to end it here for now and get back to our questing or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys next Friday.
Bye.
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 See you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Take care, everyone, and happy questing.
Yep, you too.